Hello and welcome to our channel. Are you a B1 English learner trying to get to the next level? Do you ever get stuck when you hear native speakers use phrases like look up to or run out of? These are called phrasal verbs, and they are one of the biggest keys to unlocking English fluency. Today, we're going to dive deep into phrasal verbs and give you the essential tips and tools you need to master them. By the end of this video, you'll feel much more confident using them in your daily conversations. Let's get started. So, what exactly is a phrasal verb? Simply put, it's a verb combined with a preposition or an adverb, or sometimes both. This combination creates a meaning that's different from the original verb. For example, the verb look means to use your eyes. But if you add up to, as in, I look up to my teacher, it means you admire or respect them. The meaning changes completely. This is why they can be tricky, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down. One of the first things you need to know is that phrasal verbs can be separable or inseparable. What does that mean? An inseparable phrasal verb means the verb and the particle must stay together. For example, look after. You can say, I look after my dog, but you can't say, I look my dog after. They are glued together. Other common inseparable ones include get on, like get on the bus, and run into, like I ran into my friend at the mall. Now let's talk about separable phrasal verbs. With these, you can put the object between the verb and the particle. A classic example is turn on. You can say turn on the light or you can say turn the light on. Both are correct. However, there's a small rule here. If the object is a pronoun like it, him, or them, it must go in the middle. So you must say turn it on. You cannot say turn on it. This is a super important rule to remember. Other examples include pick up, as in pick your friend up or pick him up, and give back, as in give the book back or give it back. Okay, so now you know about separable and inseparable phrasal verbs. The next big question is, how do you learn them? Trying to memorize a long list is probably the worst way. It's boring and you'll forget them quickly. The best method is to learn them in context. When you read a book, watch a movie, or listen to a podcast, pay attention to how native speakers use them. When you find a new one, don't just write down the phrasal verb itself. Write down the entire sentence. This helps you understand its real meaning and how to use it correctly. Another fantastic tip is to group them by topic. For example, you could create a list of phrasal verbs related to work, like take on new responsibilities, call off a meeting, or burn out from stress. Or you could group them by travel, check in at the hotel, set off on a journey, and get back home. Grouping them this way makes them easier to remember and use when you read talking about a specific subject. Let's also group them by the main verb. This is another powerful technique. Take the verb get, for instance. It's used in so many phrasal verbs. You have get up, which means to leave your bed. Get along with, which means to have a good relationship with someone. Get over, which means to recover from something like a sickness or a disappointment. And get by, which means to manage with what you have. By focusing on one main verb at a time, you can see the different shades of meaning and learn a bunch of new phrases more efficiently. Now let's practice together. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to think about which phrasal verb fits best. Imagine you're very tired after a long day at work. You just want to relax. What might you do with the TV? You would turn it on. Now, imagine your room is a mess. Your mom asks you to clean it. What phrasal verb could you use? You could say, I need to tidy up my room, or I need to pick up my clothes. See? You're already starting to think in phrasal verbs. Let's try another one. Your friend invites you to a party, but you're not sure if you can go. You say you will think about it. The next day, you decide you cannot go. You need to decline the invitation politely. What phrasal verb could you use? You could say you have to turn down the invitation. Turn down means to refuse or reject something. I had to turn down the job offer because the salary was too low. It's a very common and useful one. Let's talk about some of the most essential phrasal verbs for B1 learners. You'll hear these all the time. First up, find out. This means to discover a piece of information. For example, I need to find out what time the movie starts. Next is give up. This means to stop trying or to quit. Don't give up on your dreams is a great motivational phrase. Then there's look for, which simply means to search for something. I'm looking for my keys. Have you seen them? Another one is put on. This has a few meanings, but the most common one is to wear clothes. It's cold outside, so put on a jacket. It can also mean to apply makeup or to gain weight. Context is everything. We also have take off. It's the opposite of put on for clothes. Please take off your shoes before you come inside. But it also means when an airplane leaves the ground. Our flight is scheduled to take off at 10 a.m. A great way to practice is to create your own sentences. Let's take the phrasal verb break down. It can mean a machine or car stops working. So you could write, my car broke down on the way to work. It can also mean to lose emotional control. She broke down in tears when she heard the news. Try writing 2 or 3 sentences for every new phrasal verb you learn. Make them personal and true for you. This will connect the new vocabulary to your own life and make it much more memorable. Let's do a quick quiz to see what you've learned. I'll give you a sentence with a blank, and you try to fill it in with the correct phrasal verb. Ready? Number 1. I don't have any sugar left. I need to buy more. I have run out of sugar. Yes, run out of means to use all of something so there's none left. Number 2. I have a good relationship with my colleagues. I get along with my colleagues. Excellent. Get along with is perfect for describing positive relationships. Number 3. Could you please increase the volume? I can't hear the music. Could you please turn up the music? Great job! Turn up is the opposite of turn down when we're talking about volume. How did you do? Even if you only got one right, that's fantastic progress. The key is consistent practice. Try to use one new phrasal verb every day. You could write it in a journal, use it in a text message to a friend, or just say it out loud to yourself. Small, consistent actions lead to big results. Remember, every native English speaker uses phrasal verbs constantly without even thinking about it. They are a natural and essential part of the language. By learning them, you're not just learning vocabulary. You're learning to think more like a native speaker. Your conversations will become more natural, more fluent, and you'll understand so much more of what you hear and read. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone does when they're learning something new. The important thing is to try. If you use a phrasal verb and it's not quite right, a native speaker will usually understand what you mean and might even gently correct you. That's a learning opportunity. Embrace it. To recap, here are our top tips. Learn phrasal verbs in context, not from lists. Group them by topic or by the main verb. Practice by creating your own personal sentences. And use them every single day. If you follow these steps, I promise you will see a huge improvement in your English. You'll go from being confused by phrasal verbs to using them with confidence. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found these tips helpful on your journey to mastering phrasal verbs. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more English learning content. Let us know in the comments which phrasal verb you are going to practice first. Keep up the great work and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.